Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. Miss Pink Princess, if you would please answer. Oh, no. Me!
This must be what they call fate.
How could this happen 2 days in a row? Whoa, what the? Aren't you Miss Oldbag? Why are you so surprised?
Ah, so you're the one that got to play the Steel Samurai. It's too bad I didn't realize that until now.
You are acquaintances with Larry?
Why, yes, we worked at the same company for a little while, you know. That's why it's okay, my edgy poo. You don't need to be jealous.
No.
I was in the next room, you know, trying to get in some beauty sleep. But it was so noisy here that I couldn't fall asleep. So I came over to complain. Oh, so imagine my shock when I saw my precious edgy poo waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that you would ever come to a show like this? I guess I've misjudged you, edgy poo.
You misjudged him?
I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know.
There was no misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do.
But it looks like the winds have shifted, and he's now willing to be chased after. I'm simply overwhelmed. Don't you worry, Edgy Poo. I'd chase you for forever, to the ends of the earth.
Isn't that just a picture? This is one of those rare times when Francesca and I actually see eye to eye in abject horror. I guess we're going to talk to you again. Weren't you just working at an amusement park? How did you get this job in one day? Now then, what are you doing here? I thought you were working at Gatewaterland as the Pink Badger.
What are you talking about? That was ages ago.
That was yesterday.
Look, I worked at Global Studios before, a long time ago, right? Well, they called me up this morning, kinda out of the blue, actually.
So called you?
Apparently the girl who plays the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. A bad cold called she didn't want to work with Larry. It happened so suddenly, so they called me in to be her last-minute replacement.
They don't have enough people on staff at that studio.
I really couldn't say no, so here I am, playing the role of the heroine. Instead of that Mindy girl, I mean. But the poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her, she's gonna have a terrible time. You know, it's not a great reading the front trunk. They used to stand at the very last second. Church door, all the most important lines with that ragdoll instead of a shuriken. And the answers an upward. They haven't got actors, but I can't say they're really a bunch of simpletons. You're a rather lively old lady.
So basically, you received the stand-in request this morning, correct?
You got it. If you need to see it, I've got it right here. Look.
It appears that she is telling the truth.
I tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears.
Yes, tears of laughter, as I recall.
But being famous has its problems too, you know. No, here, take a look at this. It's a letter from a stalker! I was just taking my break when I found this stuck under the door to my room. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving night. Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kinds of things. Look at what it says. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving night. Oh, absolutely revolting. I mean, you'd think he could get my name right. There's no accent in my name.
Wait, this horrible handwriting. Where have I seen this before?
But now that you're here, Edgy Poo, I feel 100% safe.
Where do I factor into this?
You'd bust that evil stalker man for my sake, wouldn't you, Edgy Poo?
Well, if you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way, I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on, Edgy Poo. Stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get.
Great. What were you doing at the time of the crime?
What crime?
What?
After the show was over, I've had nothing but free time on my hands. So I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bad hip warm.
Well, Amanda cut the room right next to yours. Oh! He didn't just want to be Santa Claus. He thought he was writing Mindy, and he was going to drop in on his co-star through the chimney.
Is that right? Oh, Edgy Poo, I'm so scared. Hold me, caress me.
Hold it!
If you could please not cling to my personage. In any case, I take it that you failed to show up at Ambassador Alba's speech.
Oh, that? No, I didn't go. I mean, I may have the heart of a young, tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. As soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and got stiff. I couldn't move at all.
Can you provide proof of your condition?
Oh, you just go on ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. Or I guess you could get some first-hand experience with how little my hip can move. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way to this embassy.
I have to admit, the thought of her not being able to leave that room is rather pleasant. Prosecutor Von Karma, I brought the police dog as you requested, sir. Would you like to play with him now? He's very cute and he loves cuddles. Good fuck, you may leave now, officer. Yes, I shall play with the dog. Come here, dog. I give you the scritchy scratch. Who's a good dog? Who's a good doggy puppy? This dog. I have requested the assistance of a dog in our search for the Yatagarasu. Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country, too. Dogs are smart no matter where they're from. I love dogs, as all good people should. Hey, you're a real cutie, aren't you? Yeah, that's a good boy. I will touch you in a good way. Yes, we are friends. That's the police dog Gumshoe's been taken care of. I think its name is Missile. That's a reference that you guys probably know. We're just gonna do, this is just a reference case all over the place. What a fitting name for our police dog that dashes out in front and attacks and explodes! Well, he doesn't explode, but he attacks, yes. That action alone isn't exactly what's going to solve the case for us, you know. Now, Missile, I want you to find some clues. Go. Find the clues, find the clues, find the clues. What's in the fireplace? What did you find? Good dog, you really are quite bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone I know, I'm speaking to everyone else in this room. Not just you, Edgeverse. Now, what do we have here? What is this? It looks like a small hot dog. But... wait, Francesca, isn't that an official samurai dog? Oh. Ah! Ach no, bad Missile! He ate it. I wonder if it's alright for him to eat that. Do you have any allergies to officially licensed merchandise? It's just a meat substance snack featuring the Steel Samurai. I'm sure he'll be fine. There's quite a bit of information you guys in a single quick glance there. You seem to know a lot about Steel Samurai food merchandise. We should really be focusing on why there was a samurai dog there in the first place, and not the degree of familiarity that I have with the franchise. It looks like that snack wasn't all Missile found. Oh, what do we have here? It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if Ambassador Alba might have an interest in cross-dressing. I somehow doubt that. It doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. A samurai dog and a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, the lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. I suppose I should get this over with and ask the owner of said undershirt about it. But first, we are gonna press our logic buttons. And we are gonna add that Miss Oldbag was using the fireplace, and the chimney Larry was gonna go down to had smoke coming out of it. He was not coming into this room. There's no trace of this room's fireplace being used. And your point is? Smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected to this fireplace. At least according to Larry, this is a contradiction of fact, is it not? Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof? There is testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went? Ah, I see. So what you are proposing is this. The smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Miss Oldbag's fire. So basically, the fireplaces of neighboring rooms share one chimney. Is that what you're implying? Precisely. Interesting. But I don't have anything to combine that with, so we're done with our logic train for the moment, and now we get to talk to Oldbag in her very smashing cosplay. Ugh. Alright, we're going to present. Is this your undershirt? If you could please take a look at this brown-colored undershirt.
Oh, Edgy, what is the meaning of this?
What?
Why did you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask, and I would have gladly given you as many as you'd like.
No, thanks, but no thanks. This shirt was found here at the crime scene.
What?
Come now, why don't you just confess and explain what it's doing here?
I know nothing. Nothing, I tell you!
What?
Oh, I admit that I used the fireplace to dry that shirt. But I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know. Wearing that pink princess costume was like being in a sauna! And on top of that, I get fingered as a suspect. You're too cruel, Edgy Poo!
Are you claiming that you never once set foot inside this room?
Of course I am. If I had been the one to find the body, do you think I'd be as calm and relaxed as I am? I'll tell you, it's always like this. Always moving from one. Let me tell you, articles are missing. The camera's missing. All articles are missing. My phone, they're missing. Speaking of missing, I'm not missing. Even nobody amazing. I guess I'm stuck marrying you. What kind of nerve puzzle is that? What you should have done was for my answer. I just shaved you, but I can't. Will you marry me? Honestly, men these days.
Well, I don't believe she's lying about her actions. So I can safely assume she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace on her break. And somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room into this one. So it went up the chimney and then back down? I assume the samurai dog was also yours?
That brilliant mind of yours, you really can see through everything about me.
And so the feeling of dread continues, but I suppose I should ask for more details. Tell me about the samurai dog. That samurai dog was yours, wasn't it?
Oh, of course, I'm forever yours, my edgy poo.
If you would just stick to what I asked you. Edgy, are you and Miss Oldbag, are you guys, No!
You really don't change, do you? When will you learn how to take a joke? Anyway, that samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy.
A present? The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery, boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into the push cart just to move them all. Those studio guys should have delivered those things by themselves, right, Edgy? So, did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions? Hey, Edgy, don't just ignore me and my question. Aren't you gonna stick up for me and talk about how cool I am and how we're best friends?
About that, see, after the show, I went to rest a spell in the dressing room. Because of my bad hip, you know. And there they were. The samurai dogs were just sitting on the dressing room floor.
I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show.
Well, by preparation, you mean sampling them as well?
Excuse me?
Oh, I tried one. I thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was silly of me to think this, but I figured that since they're for a kids show, their taste was probably for kids too. But they were so good then, I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I just had to help myself to half a dozen or so boxes. As I sat there by the roaring fire, warming them and cramming hot, meaty sausage one after another down my throat, I thought, this is... What is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box too, don't you, my edgy poo? Well, who am I to say no to you? But I'll only give you one. The rest are all for me.
Hi, JVH the Elf. You've come at just the right time for hot dog jokes. Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their masks, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers. Alright. We got new clues. We're gonna talk to the dog because it was requested that we talk to the dog. Woof! He has a much bigger house than I thought he would be. Yes, however, there are a few aspects I don't understand about what he found. In that case, you should keep on investigating until you do understand. Now, my subordinate, continue with the investigation! Alright, I will. It is with great dread that I proceed and do what I must to solve the case. Alright. So, what are we doing now? Do I have any logic? Yes, the undershirt from next door and the shared chimney. So, maybe it went up and then down? The lady's undershirt that Missile found. Why are you getting all excited over holding onto a lady's undergarment? Have you never been with a woman, huh? Mars Edgeworth, you uncouth sea slug! If you know the honor of that undershirt, then hurry up and return it to her already. You have it all wrong. This is evidence. And the owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt. Are you seriously claiming that I somehow passed through a solid brick wall? Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other. Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order. There's an X on the back wall of the fireplace. Let's see if I can't get a better look at it. What in the... The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. As I suspected, this fireplace does indeed connect this room to the neighboring room. The neighboring room? There appears to be nothing particular about the next room, but the fact that there is nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. If it's the fact that there is a secret passageway through the room's fireplace, and I bet there was one in the other fireplace as well. We now know that the fireplace connects the two rooms, but how exactly is that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as Damask II's killer now, are you? No, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip, so she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with Damask II's murder. But that's an important clue for the other side of the case. It would appear that the answer has made itself known. You're making quite a confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any argument you may have. Very well then, if you are prepared, I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me. Good, I'm counting on you, Edgy. Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your lie for what it really is. My lie? I know that there is still something you are keeping from the rest of us. Oh, what's wrong with you? Why is it that you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you! I should just hurry up and die already if that's how it's gonna be. I have no friends! I always think I have friends and then I don't have friends! I'll confess to every murder in the whole world and then kill myself! I throw everything into mass confusion! I couldn't have done them all, or did I? I don't know. I guess I'm the worst person in the world with no friends, so probably yeah, I did. Hey, you made some wonderful friends as a child, I see. You were some kind of great influence on him. Larry, I only have one thing to say to you. Even if you make that face at me, it's no use. A man who is ready to die is strong-willed, you know. Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you've caused. I only ask that you do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie, I will never forgive you. Edgy. Although allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case, and that I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this. All right, this time I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened? What didn't happen? The works! Just what happened will do. Now then, if you would please testify as to what you did up on the roof tonight. Up on the rooftop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney. After the show, I left the pushcart in the rose garden and came into the embassy. Then they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know. A chimney? Who has those? Who burns things? In a house? That's crazy! So then I wanted to play Santa. Decided to give it a try. Maybe there'd be a happy child, and I'd be like, hello, it is me, Santa Steel Samurai Claus. I didn't have a present for him, but maybe me being there would be enough. Larry, I thought I just finished telling you not to lie anymore. But it's kinda ultra embarrassing. And what exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me? Edgy. Man, I just said it was embarrassing, so of course I can't blurt it out. Maybe we go in the other room and I can whisper it in your ear, and then you know. She's gonna have to reason it out to me. As your superior, I command you to hurry up and expose this man's lie. I have every intention to, for I'm not about to let us waste time on such a trifling matter. Rebuttal. After the show, I left the pushcart in the rose garden, came into the embassy. Hold it! The pushcart with the samurai dogs? You left the pushcart. Could you please clarify that statement for me? Yeah. So, the wheels on the pushcart got covered in dirt from the rose garden because I was pulling it through the roses. Should have done it. It would have made a mess of the floor inside, so Ambassador Alba said to just leave it. Well, it would be rather impolite to dirty another country's embassy. Kind of think of it. I recall seeing the pink princess on my way into the embassy. And what was she doing? Nothing in particular. Because she was being carried by some docs on a stretcher. She must have been incapacitated by the pain of her bad hip that she suffered during the show. So I came into the embassy, right? Yep. And then they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. You see it over there. It's like Elvis with Nixon over there. So you shook hands with the ambassador of the Kingdom of Alabasta, did you? Yeah, can you believe it? I did something really cool for a change. I met someone more famous than me, and by association, became more famous. But honestly speaking, there's nothing interesting about shaking some guy's hand. Hey there, are you disrespecting another country in their very own embassy? As someone with roots in this country, I'm feeling nothing but incredible shame at this second. Agreed. I apologize for his inconsiderate words. Now, Larry, please continue. What is with all of you? You keep saying that kind of thing, and I'll tell you only lies. You're already telling us nothing but lies, so let it go and move on. Alright already, you don't need to glare at me like that, Edgy. Aww. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. Larry, I want you to listen very carefully and take this to heart. The whole point of your life is to cause misery and pain to everyone you encounter. I know. Again, I'm totally the bad guy again. I thought you're his friend. Don't you think that was a bit harsh and a bad thing to say to someone that you've known for so long? Lang Z says, true friends are bosom friends. If you are in trouble, call on your bosom friend whose shoulder you can truly cry on. Hey, bosom buddy, I hope you're listening carefully to my testimony. Has it crossed your pea-sized brain yet that Agent Lang is only out to arrest you, Larry? Now then, as you were wandering around inside the embassy, and then what happened? That's when I spotted the chimney. Chimney like that is a rare thing, you know. Hold it! I should hardly think that chimneys are that rare. Most houses have one. Agreed, especially since they are a traditional feature of American houses. Plus, many grand buildings have even larger and fancier chimneys. Yeah, but the kind of chimney I'm talking about is the really romantic type. A romantic chimney? It might sound kind of silly, but women seem to really enjoy chimneys, if you know what I mean, and I don't think I do. And I just had a good feeling about that chimney. I had a real good feeling! So then I wanted to play Santa. Decided to give it a try. Hold it! You suddenly wanted to play Santa. Oh, well, actually, I dressed up as Santa once before already, yeah. That was down at Gourd Lake. Good. I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't dredge up such unnecessary memories for me. Sounds like you guys share a lot of history. A perk to being childhood friends, huh? I wish I had had friends as a child, but no, all I know is the law. Besides, it's not a felony to dress up and play Santa, you know. Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down a family's chimney, after all. Or does he do that in America? In my country of Zangpa, he does not. Actually, is it worth delving into whether or not playing Santa is a big deal? Yes! Let's raise an objection to Santa Claus. Actually, I believe in the case of this man, playing Santa is actually quite a big deal. Are you saying that your buddy isn't exactly made of Santa quality stuff? Precisely. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Lang. Hey, Edgy, that's so incredibly mean! Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world? Of course I know that! I did graduate from junior high, you know? In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want you to tell me to who you were delivering a present to. I was, delivering a present to a child not basking in the glow of love? Objection! That must be the most elegant description of you I've ever heard, but a lie is still a lie. You sure know how to kick a guy when he's down, you know that? In any case, the person you wish to deliver a present to was most certainly this. Mask Damask II. Where's Mindy? It's gonna be ex-security lady, Windy Oldbag, I think. Just because we don't really have... Wait, no, it's not Callisto. It's not Sheena. I think it's gonna be Oldbag. Take that! Interesting taste you have there, Mr. Suspect. Don't spread lies about me! I totally didn't want to see this old bag so much that I tried to go down a chimney, and then I did go down a chimney, and I saw a lot more than I wanted to, and I have very bad memories now. Oh! I advise you to stop right there, and you're bashing of a lady! Well, I must admit that I myself hardly ever have the want to run into that lady, and yet I always do. However, what if you were misinformed and under the wrong impression? Then what? Define wrong impression. I simply mean that the man before you thought to enter the old lady's room without knowing one very important fact. And that fact is best summed up with this. I think it is his note. Letter from a stalker. Yeah, he's not writing Windy. That's the letter M and the letter I. Mindy and Windy look alike if you have really bad, weird cursive writing.
Take that!
Larry, I'd like for you to take a look at this piece of evidence.
No way! But it's not really all that important, is it? It's always like this. You acted so high and mighty, then you bully me. That's why I refuse to look at it. Be quiet and just take a look. Well, if you say so, Francie, but only because you say so, and you're looking so pretty, Francie. Have I mentioned that? By the way, I think you're a nice guy. I know you yell a lot, but I think it's really good.
Some people never change, even if their attitudes do change the whim of women.
What's up with that anyway?
Why, it's proof that you never even knew existed, of course.
Oh, is that all? Well, I don't need it right now, so I'll just give it back to you.
What?
I got you on the ropes now, don't I?
That piece of evidence unrelated to the question at hand.
What? Okay, I'm jumping the gun and getting ahead of myself.
And to think through this one more time. Larry didn't know one very important fact when he tried to sneak into the old bat's room. And that fact is best summed up with this.
Okay, so it's gonna be something to do with the fact that the playbill has switched or something. Stand-in request. Miss Oldbag to stand in for Mindy. Okay, alright. I jumped the gun. This is what we need.
This is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. The girl who normally plays the Pink Princess, Mindy, was it again? It seems that this man is quite taken with that actress.
But that's not true, Edgy. She's the one with the hots for me. I just know it. I can feel her sexy beam piercing my heart when she's watching me. Sexy beam, I'll tell you. You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly apparition of a man. You haven't matured at all since we last met.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor.
Yes?
This guy, he's got bigger problems than just getting involved in murders, I take it. I suppose you could put it that way.
Hey, what the heck, man? I don't get you guys at all. Why are you off to make me out to be some sort of bad guy?
To return to the original topic, I propose that at least this much has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess's room. That much we know for sure.
Hey, Edgy. Looks like I got the hang of this court thing now.
But we're not in court at the moment.
Shut up! I see what's going on here, and it looks just like what you do in court.
I guess old boy here still has something he'd like to say. Lang Z says, until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. You shouldn't form conclusions until everything is out in the open, which is why I'll listen.
Alright, are you ready to listen to me defeat Edgy in a battle of wits?
Larry, have you forgotten that should I lose, your victory prize will be your arrest?
Okay, let's hear it. So you think that all I wanted to do was go visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up to the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. And to top it all up, I became a suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant. But why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? Huh? Hey, someone say something!
Larry, are you seriously trying to submit this, not as a confession, but as testimony?
So what if I am? Is there something wrong with that? My claim is a claim, claiming my claim. Do you have a problem with that? I'm doing it. This is my claim. I'm claiming the claim.
So it was you. You're my stalker. But I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type woman who's wholly focused on my life. As Eddie proves alive, I can't just drop and be unfaithful. No, I can't. Although earlier I just simply just anyway about that old man, but that's just a moment, dear. It's about flying colors. Take a picture of my ability for the rest of my eternity, I swear it.
I'm so inspired.
You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and completely worthless man! I thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was just my imagination. I'm just going to ignore everything that I've heard and move on with my life. It's the only way that I can sleep at night. I believe there is nothing further for me to prove at this point.
What do you mean? Of course you still got something to prove. You still have to show some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy.
Proof, you say?
Remember, Edgy, everything is evidence in court, right?
You mean evidence is everything in court, Larry, but I understand your point.
Yeah, see, I'm totally pro at this now.
Very well, if you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you'll ever wish to see.
Alright, we gotta do the full rebuttal. This is where we're gonna bring out the Mindy that looks like Windy name switch. I just had it slightly early. So you think all I want to do is go to visit Mindy?
Hold it!
I could probably just show it right there.
Well, I have been saying that for a while now. After all, if not for that, then for what other reason did you wish to go down that chimney?
You can't say that without any evidence. That's against the rules, Edgy.
Not so fast!
Thanks for keeping the prosecutor in line for me, Mr. Suspect.
Hold it!
I have the evidence, and if you wish to see it that badly, I can introduce you two. You might get to know each other very well.
But it's not good to keep invading my subordinate high and shows him already. Well, lies! All lies, Edgy.
Well, if you wish to lie, then by all means, continue. Because I'm ready to expose your lie at a moment's notice.
You won't get the better of me. Now, let's see. Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. I'm just curious to see where all he goes with all of this.
Was the smoke coming from the chimney really that thick?
You bet! It was so thick I had tears put out of my eyes. It was a mess.
I see. You do realize that you've just confirmed for us your chimney escapade.
What? That's totally unfair. You tricked me, Edgy!
Hardly. You simply have yet to master how to counter this cross-examination technique.
Well, what I just said was a slip of the... No, I mean, I said the wrong thing. Besides, isn't this what you really meant to say about what I did tonight? It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech.
Hold it!
I'm not quite sure how you could mistake that actress for this lady.
Oh, Eddie Pooh, are you staring at me? Oh, are you finally succumbing to my feminine charms?
I should think that the Steel Samurai is the one who should know all about your charms.
What? Me? Edgy, what are you trying to do to me? What are you trying to do to me over here?
Nothing, simply that the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess are husband and wife.
Oh, is my poor little Eddie Pooh jealous?
If you could please drop that line of discussion right this instant. But Edgy, I told you, I already have Mindy.
Speaking of Mindy, exactly what kind of woman would you say she is?
Edgy, are you seriously telling me you don't know who the Mindy is? She's just like what her name means. She's super sweet with a great smile. I don't mean to brag, but she's one of the troop's fastest rising stars.
Interesting. So you're saying a woman like that is what made you late to the speech?
Huh? Curse you too! Why is everyone have to make a suspect out of me? Look, all I can say is this. I was late to the speech. Then, to top it all off, I became a suspect in the murder. That's what you really meant.
Hold it!
I suppose you might be correct in a small way.
Well, what do you mean by that? Besides being a suspect in a murder, there are a few other things you are a suspect of. Oh, now you too, Francie.
You tried to stalk me when I won't let you intimidate me like that.
Look, I already told you, Miss Oldbag. I wasn't after you. I was trying to see Mindy.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, can I just arrest this guy already? I completely understand how you feel, Agent Lang.
Oh, wait! Please listen to what I have to say!
If you have a serious assertion to make, then I'd consider listening. However...
No problem. I'm gonna put all I've got into this, so listen good, okay? Alright? But why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose?
Hold it!
Larry, this is the final point you wish to make?
You got it! I've called on all the energy I have and told it to you with all my soul.
In that case, allow me to take that soul and break it.
Huh?
Yes, we'll stomp it under our feet until it's been ground into a fine powder.
A fine powder? Eek!
If you really put all your soul into that, then you're ready for what's coming, right?
In place of the Honorable Larry, I offer my soul to you.
Larry, come out from behind there and face this like a man.
You're scary, my liege.
This whole testimony is one giant confession of all that he's done tonight. He's practically begging me to show why he bothered to put himself through all of this.
Alright, you think that all I wanted to do is go visit Mindy? Yes.
Hold it!
Oh no, I didn't mean to press it. I meant to present.
Not so fast!
Can't say it without evidence. Okay. Now we present the thing that I tried to present last time.
Objection!
Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter.
Hey! Whoa, why are you showing that thing to me? Whatever it is that I don't recognize. Windy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving night.
Well, isn't that just romantic? But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember a thing. I don't even know where I am right now. Help.
You can pretend to be ignorant all you'd like, but it's written right here. This letter proves that you were not out to meet the old lady, but rather that you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. Well, part of this letter shows the person Larry had intended to meet was Mindy.
Specifically, I'm going to try to get this accent, but it's the...
Larry, I suggest you take up penmanship lessons. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again.
Whoa, what the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English!
You wrote Mindy so sloppily that it became windy to the average eye.
Hey, stop picking on me. It's so embarrassing!
There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? We make fun of each other all the time and make each other sad deep down, deeply, but never let it show. For punching, but that will have to wait until we're off the crime scene.
Eek, Edgy, save me from this scary man who wants to give me punches.
Sure, if you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake.
That wasn't me.
Come again.
It's a fake! Someone's out to get me, so they made that fake letter. To set me up! Accept your defeat graciously, but you guys are being so mean.
Hold it!
Penmanship analysis.
What's that?
No matter who, all people have certain unique features to their handwriting. Ergo, all we have to do is compare their handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough who it was that sent this letter.
I'll never write another thing in my life!
Hold it!
You don't need to. It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight. For you've already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting.
It's right here. The autograph.
Take that!
This autograph and our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our questions soon enough. Confess now, Larry, to your miserable failure.
I'm sorry. I did it. It was me causing trouble again. I admit it. You hit the nail right on the head, Edgy.
So he finally confesses.
I saw the pink princess being carried around in a stretcher and got worried, all right? I wanted to go into Mindy's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice did I have? It was the chimney or bust, Edgy. Your mind jumped from the door to the chimney? But the criminally overactive imaginations are windows, you know. Well, at least I was honest. I wrote Mindy a letter and stuck it under the door. That way she wouldn't be so shocked when I came down through the chimney.
Except for the fact that the letter was an utter failure at conveying said sentiment.
I'm really, really sorry.
Larry, you may be a shameful, good-for-nothing blight on the entire face of humanity. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me, because at the very least, I can attest to that about you.
Edgy, you're... Ack! We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you! Ow!